This video is going to be a little bit different from my previous ones.
Same, but different. But still same.
If you notice what's the difference, let me know in the comments below or drop a like on this video. That's how I know you're enjoying this kind of content. I hope now Ukrainian subtitles will make more sense. Obviously, English is my second language, so I know I'll probably make some mistakes. Like I know some of you will point them out in the comments below. You always do, but that's okay. I'll take it. Look at the substance, not the form. For those who don't know me, my name is Andrei and I am Ukrainian American and I've been living in Chicago for more than 10 years. On this channel I'll talk about stocks, real estate and potential ways to make or save some money. I also share news and updates related to these topics, and sometimes I'll talk about when I buy or sell some stocks. Alright, let's talk about what's happening in the stock market over the last week. Overall, it was a pretty volatile week. Most of the major indexes finished lower. The Dow Jones dropped around 3%, the S&P 500 lost about 2%, and the Nasdaq was also down. So overall, it was not the best week for the stock market. Investors become a little bit more cautious. One of the biggest reasons was the rise in geopolitical tension in the Middle East, of course. Oil prices jumped very quickly. At the one point, oil moved about $100 per barrel. When oil prices go higher, investors start worrying about inflation again. Higher oil prices usually mean higher gas prices, higher transportation costs, and eventually higher prices for many of the products. Because of that, energy stocks were actually some of the few winners this week, but many other sectors struggled. Another important factor was economic data from the United States. The latest employment data showed some weakness. The economy actually lost jobs in February, and the unemployment rate moved a little higher. Now, this kind of data creates mixed reaction for investors. On one side, a weaker economy could push the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates sooner. But on the other side, it could also mean the economy is slowing down. So right now the market is trying to understand what will happen next. Another trend we are seeing right now is the sector rotation. Some of the sectors like energy and materials have been performing better recently. At the same time, many technology stocks have struggled. For the past few years, big tech companies were leading the market. But now some investors are moving money into the other sectors. Another big question for investors right now is the Federal Reserve. Everyone is trying to predict when the Fed will start cutting interest rates. If inflation stays high, especially because of the oil prices, the Fed might keep interest rates higher for longer. But if the economy continues to slow down, the rate cuts could happen sooner. So right now the market reacts to almost every economic report. Looking ahead to the next week, investors will watch several things. First, any new developments in the Middle East, because of the oil prices can move the market very quickly. Second, new economic data from the United States, especially inflation and employment numbers. And third, corporate news and numbers from major companies. So in summary, last week the market moved lower mainly because of three things: rising oil prices, geopolitical tensions, and the unclarity about the economy and interest rates. These combinations made investors more cautious. But as always, the market can change quickly. We'll see what's gonna happen in the coming weeks. Let me know what do you think about this market right now. Are you buying the stocks during this dip, or are you waiting for more clarity? And if you are enjoying this weekly stocks market updates, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.